Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and another card making video. Today I am making a light up card that features a brand new stamp set that will soon be coming out from Trinity Stamps. Actually, two of them. So it's a little bit of a sneak peek. So let's jump into coloring out these brand new images, these bears from the Best Tea Party stamp set. I wanted my bears to be really light in color, so I'm starting with E00 as my lightest color. I'm bringing in E13 to drop in those shadows and add some dark areas and more color to this image. And then to blend that out, I'll bring in my mid-tone marker, which will be E11. Just blend out what I already colored down, going over that to bring it in towards the middle where I will leave a little bit of a center highlight. And then also for his body, I will repeat the same thing. Now to soften out the blends, I will go back and forth between my E13 and my E11 markers, and ended up that my E00 marker needed a bit of a refill. I had to stop and refill that marker. I find that sometimes the lighter markers need refilled more often, or do I just use them a lot? I'm not sure. What have you found? So now I colored the other bear the same exact way, but I wanted to show you how I'm going to color out this stump. Now originally I thought E18 was going to be my lighter color when I colored this out, but as I started laying it down, I really felt like it was dark enough, so I decided to go ahead and make this my darker color. So that's why I'm putting in those shadowy areas first instead of coming in with my lightest marker. So then I brought in E15 and I'm blending this out. It's harder to blend it out when you start with the darkest marker, and that also depends on, which colors you're trying to blend. So between my three markers, my lightest being E13, I did go back over this a couple times just to really soften out that blend and not have such harsh lines where the darkest colors are. I also added some textural like lines with my E15 marker just to give it a bit more feel that it is a stump, and I like to color over those a little bit too, just so they don't look like intentional lines, so to speak. And then because this is a light up card, I wanted to make sure and give everything on here some really good highlights using my white Jelly Roll pen. It's my favorite. I love adding white highlights. It just really brings out the whimsy of the stamped characters and kind of gives them a little bit of life. So I do that on all my stamped images. There are the bears. I think they are so darling. And I love all things critters. I love all things woodland. So this stamp set really spoke to me. Had to have it. The little teapot. Oh my gosh, it is so cute, like a little beehive. Now I have the Great Outdoors die set. I'm going to die cut this scalloped border and the grassy border from this lighter green cardstock, so I can have grass that will go across the bottom of my card, and this it's an irregular scallop will go across the top to be more like the treetop. And then I really felt like I needed a second layer on both of these, so I'm bringing out a darker cardstock and die cutting both of those again. I also die cut out some tree branches or tree trunks. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with those, so I'll come back to that when we assemble the card. Here I am stamping out some images from the Pretty Party Decor stamp set, also a bit of a sneak peek for a soon-to-be released product from Trinity. This is a layering stamp set. So this little oval, and then you layer on top this kind of fanned out piece that makes it look like a paper lantern that you would hang up. There's so much fun in this set, and I have enjoyed playing with it a lot. So I thought some paper lanterns for my little tea party scene would be really cute. So I'm going to cut these out, leaving a little bit of a white border. That's just the easiest way for me when I'm fussy cutting, is to have a bit of a border there. All right, so now I need to create the background for my card. I am using Distress Oxide in Faded Jeans. I'm going to have the top and the bottom of this card covered up, so I didn't need to add a lot of ink there. So I just went down the middle, blended that out, and then I'm going to give it a nice spritzing of water so I have that splattered, distressed look. I think it just looks great for a almost evening sky, and I like outdoor scenes when they have that kind of bokeh look, and I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. Okay, so I glued down my treetop piece, and then I'm adding this swirly ribbon that's going to be what the lanterns are hanging from. So I'm just moving them out of the way, stamping that little piece, and nothing yet is really secured down. It's just all there for reference. Now it's time to do the light up portion of my card. So now I'm just moving those lanterns out of the way and piercing a hole right into that card front. Then I'm bringing in my Pearblossom Press Easy Lights. I love these because they are actually easy. There is no science in this. Like, they've done all that for me. I don't have to figure that out. Thank you. Otherwise, I might never make a light up card. So then I am bringing in this stamp set that will have a image that I can add to my card so the recipient knows where to push to turn on the lights. So I'm going to stamp it down in the bottom corner on the grass. And then when I flip this over, I can take those little lights. It has a tiny little yellow end. I'm going to put them right in the hole and tape that into place. Now these lights don't heat up, so it's totally fine to use tape on them. It won't hurt at all. They're LED lights, I believe. Yeah, again, science things. They just work really easy, and so that's what I know. So I'm taping those each into the hole there because there's 3 lights on this strand. And then it's just a matter of putting in the battery and pressing the button, and they work. Perfect, right? Okay, so now to assemble this, so to speak, there's very little assembly. You just need to tape all the things into place. So you need to move the wires around so they can't be seen and just tape them down. Now, you want to be careful probably not to kink the wire, you know, like bend it really sharply, but I just, you know, kind of bend them, swirl them, whatever works so they're not hidden and not kinked. All right, so there we have it. And then I am going to add on the top layer of my treetops with a little bit of foam tape. I'll glue actually the bottom grass layer down. I had to trim a little bit of that grass off so it didn't cover up the word push. And then I glued down my little teapot so I didn't cover up the area I wanted it to be with the lanterns. And then the lanterns have a little bit of foam tape on either end so the foam tape doesn't cover up the light, and the light is right in the center. Next, I added some trees, also from the Great Outdoors. I really wanted this scene to be framed in, and those trees did the trick. Then I popped up my 2 bears, and there you can see my little scene. To finish it off, I added in the bees, and I didn't end up using the sentiment on the outside of the card. It says, "You'll always be my best tea." It's so cute. But I wanted to darken up the edge of this card, so I brought in my Distress Oxide in Rustic Wilderness and did a little sponging of that across the top and the bottom of the card. It darkens up the edge and helps draw the eye into the center. So now I've added some thick foam tape to the back of this card and a little bit of double stick tape on the back of the battery pack to secure this down to my card base. I did tape the card shut because it's thick cardstock and those don't stay closed as easily. I wanted super thick cardstock so that it could help support the weightiness of this card, and it did really good. And also the reason why you need that super thick foam tape is because you want the thickness of your foam tape to match the thickness of the battery pack. If you don't have that thick of foam tape, then just double up what you have. So that finishes up today's card. I hope that you enjoyed this video and making a very easy light up card with me, and that maybe you'll give it a try because it is so much fun. And I tell you, when people see this card, even if you're my 16-year-old daughter that's not impressed with anything that her mom makes, you will smile. So try a light up card. Thank you so much for stopping by and letting me share these fun new stamps from Trinity with you. They will be out very soon and you'll be able to get them yourself. So I will see you all again on the next video. Happy stamping. Bye.